Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. I have finally left random couches around my house, and I'm starting to settle into the new garage studio, which I will give a tour of once it is officially complete. But it is, it's got a desk now. It's got a new mic setup. I'm trying to get the postering set up right now. It kind of looks like I'm wearing I'm wearing a Buccaneer hat, so I'm trying to get my murals right and whatnot. But it's good enough to get the season going, which I'm really happy about, and I'm sure my family is happy for me to actually have a closed door to record in now. Long time coming in the Tobin household. And yeah, and it's good to be back. Like, by the time you guys get this, it will be happy Miami Heat season, ladies and gentlemen. It is a glorious day. You made it. It was a long ass summer. It was painful. It was annoying. It was quiet at times, and then you got through it. You had a really fun summer because your draft picks ended up going on to win the Summer League Championship. They all look good doing it. You got to kind of see, get a fresh coat of paint on everything. And, you watched some of your rivals make moves. Some of them will work. Some of them will not. I will say, I thought the Knicks were going to put up a better fight than that, and they got absolutely dish-ragged today by the Boston Celtics. Probably the lone time that I was rooting for Boston to actually break a record, because it would have eradicated the Miami Heat out of the record books, because that was actually a strange one. I remember it was one of those things. I remember being at the Bucks game where they broke the 3-point record and not realizing that it was happening, because there wasn't a crowd there. It was the post-pandemic season. Nobody was allowed in the buildings except for media. We had to sit up in the 300 level. We had to talk to players from the 300 level via Zoom. And I remember them just getting their teeth kicked in by the Milwaukee Bucks, which was no fun. And then they were like, yeah, they broke the record. And I was like, they did? I mean, it makes sense based on how bad that ass kicking was. So when I was watching this game, I was like, man, Boston is really lighting it up from three once again. Then I had to go run to Publix, and I listened to PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher, and they're like, and that is the Celtics record of 28, one away from tying the NBA record. And I was like, and it was like 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter at that point. It was an ugly blowout. And I was like, oh, they got this in the bag. There's no way they're not hitting two more threes. And sure as bleep, they couldn't get it. And I was hearing people, oh, thank God Boston didn't break the 3-point record. Trust me when I tell you, there's nothing that would have actually made me happier than the Knicks having that dishonor, than the Miami Heat having that dishonor. Now they just share dishonor with the New York Knicks, which is worse than having the dishonor. Now you have to be Knicks neighbors. But that could not have gone well for all the Knicks fans out there. They are licking their wounds tonight. That is for sure. But I will say, I was watching that game. Jason Tatum looked awesome. He is certainly getting his revenge tour going. Then I turned into the late game and watched the LeBron James Bronny moment. This game's currently going on as I speak. We're in the middle of the third quarter. And I don't know if that's going to happen again, but the Lakers got to a point where they were like 17 up, and JJ Redick was able to get Bronny James in the game. And he had an open three, but was not able to sink it. So I did happen to think, though, I was like, I wonder what Gabe Vincent thinks about getting benched for a photo op. His check's still cash. He's probably thrilled. But anyway, but no, man, it's you finally made it. Heat season is here. Exciting day. We'll be boots on the ground tonight at the arena. So if you see me, say hi. We will have some fun. Looking forward to another full season of coverage here. Make it to as many home games as we possibly can. I anticipate making at least the first three for sure. I will be there for Pat Riley night. I will be there for the D Wade unveiling. I will be there for the Knicks game. I think the next one's actually not even a home game. I think it's in Mexico City, which I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. Let me see. Sacramento on Monday the 4th. Believe I'll be able to make that one. Got to scout De'Aaron Fox. And yeah, so we'll be off and running with these Heat games early on. Very much excited about that. And getting back at the Kaseya Center today, a lot of the players discussed Pat Riley. If you guys missed it, we had Alonzo Mourning on the radio show today. Put the video up on the YouTube page so you guys can check that out there. We were supposed to have him on video. We had some tech issues. Thankfully, we were doing it live with the magic of radio, so we were able to just patch him through the phone board and still got the great Alonzo Mourning pipes. I was talking about this on the show today, but I feel like Alonzo he should be doing movie narration. Like that's how good those pipes are when it comes to speaking and just powerful voice. That is Alonzo Mourning. But a few things are interesting hearing from the boys today at practice after listening to it. Jimmy Butler, he not surprising, didn't have a ton of interesting things. You know, he was very brief, I would say, in his media session today. Said he is, of course, not paying attention to any of the doubt out there. He has no interest in that. Too many things going on in his life. And that there's not really any extra emphasis on the regular season from his mindset. So gave a lot of props to Pat Riley and saying that, you know, thanks him for allowing him to come to the organization and let me be me. And, you know, so kind of gave a lot of respect to the Godfather if anybody thought there was going to be ill will there or anything like that. Bam, he had an interesting thought on, you know, why he thinks the team's going to be better this year. He was asked, you know, why would a team that's made no moves? And he thinks, you know, it was basically going to play smarter. Everyone's going to get better. And if you watch Boston tonight, like, look, you all have heard the term copycat league, and it's not surprising that the Miami Heat and Eric Spoelstra see themselves in a place where, like, Boston does not shoot those shots. They don't shoot those shots. They are going to fire up a bleep ton of threes. They will be at the rim for mismatches and cuts. And the Miami Heat just can't live in a place where their top three players love to live in the mid-range. And that's Bam, that's Jimmy, that's Tyler. They just can't do it. They have to be able to keep up with the math. And it's not all just going to be math. There's going to be nights where there'll be clutch mid-range shots, and Jimmy will get to his sweet spots, and that's all going to be there. And Tyler was talking about this a little bit today about, you know, in the fourth quarter winning time, you get to where the good spots are. But, you know, Tyler had an interesting comment today where he said, like, he can't remember the last time that he saw a mid-range shot in a practice scrimmage, which, if you guys remember, the report was, I don't know if this is kept up for all the practices, but the Heat did a thing this year where in scrimmages, 3 points at the rim, 1 point for a mid-range. 3-pointers were 3-pointers, but 3-pointers were also at the rim, and 3-pointers were 3-pointers, but then if you shot a mid-range, that's only 1 point. So they were trying to drill this into the Miami Heat. So we clearly saw a little bit of that in the preseason. Now it is different. It's regular season. It is up to a different speed. Things will be staggered a little bit differently. I don't know if they'll go like complete like hockey line shifts as they did in the preseason. Probably not. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on early, you know, just to have a more fun, pleasing style in anything. The Heat team stunk on the fast break. The team was just bogged down. They seemed bored with each other. And so I think that there's a lot of good talent on this team, but it did feel like not only the fans were bored with each other, but it felt like the team was bored with each other. And there definitely seems to be some reinvigoration around the building and where everybody stands with all that. So very much looking forward to that. and seeing what that can bring to the table. Did you see, by the way, because, and this made me think of this because Stan Van Gundy was on the broadcast tonight, and he said that the Heat, of course, not in the ballpark of the Sixers, as I watch Austin Reeves lose his bleep. Tightening game there. It's an 11-point game late in the third. We see that Joel Embiid not ready to go for the season and is going to miss at least the first week, and Paul George is going to be reevaluated at the end of the week, which was kind of my point the entire time with the Sixers. You can think about whatever you want with their talent, and you could rank Joel Embiid and never punish him for missing games as opposed to everybody else in the league on these stupid rankings. But he, he's already in this spot where he's, first of all, already put the maintenance program out there. They're kind of going the opposite of the Heat. They're saying no importance on the regular season, which is kind of interesting. It's an interesting, it's a bold strategy. Well, let's see if it works out for him. But I did find that amusing that already, oh, look, everybody's darling is going to be without their, they have this monster summer, and what do you know? The two guys who are never healthy are never healthy, but somehow they're given the benefit of the doubt in the way others are. You know, that's just that's a strange thing. So as we go into this season, the Goosies will be flowing. They will be galore. And I do hope this is a more enjoyable season. I appreciate everybody who tunes into the channel, who tunes into the radio show. If you guys don't, subscribe to the 560 WQM YouTube show, radio show. You guys can see us every single day, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be talking plenty of it tomorrow for 4 straight hours. If you guys want game day coverage of opening night, we'll be doing that live basically from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., sprinkling some Dolphins and Canes there, of course, but we will be talking plenty of Heat as well and be having a lot of fun on this thing. So let's get out of this thing, baby. Let's go. Let's get off to the races and see what your Miami Heat have in store for this 24-25 season.